Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. And I'll be your friendly 5th edition Dungeon Master this evening, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, soon to be defunct. And by soon, I mean, 2 years hence. But I did have to stifle a joke when I saw the notes, and I'm like, we start running the game and immediately it becomes old school. So never let it be said we run anything current on this channel. That's not true at all. We run some modern games. Our campaign is set in the world of Ravnica, the city, the plane-sized city from Magic the Gathering. And with me today are the stars of the Down and Out in Precinct 6 campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, what class, and what guild are you aligned to? First up, we've got Mo.
Hi, I'm Morris. I'm playing Dr. Cardinal, who is an artificer alchemist, and he's a member of the Izzet Guild.
Love it. All right. Next up is Carl.
Hello, I am Carl, and I play Trovic. He is a Minotaur, half of the Berserker Barbarian. He is of the Gruul Guild, and he is actually raging right now, so...
He can't really talk.
Yeah, I can't really talk. I'm raging. Focused.
Next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Vasoon, who is a Loxodon Bard, and he's with the Azorius Senate.
Nice, I love it. And last but certainly not least is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Kabobo, who is a goblin celestial warlock who works for the Orzhov Syndicate.
Very nice. So last session, guys, did see at least one eventful arrival. What happened last time? Let me see if I can help with some visual aids here.
We got to Big Ben.
Yeah, totally.
No, we got to the tower that we were looking for.
Zunax Tower.
Yep. And we actually opened it. Myself and two others who had part of the clans represented on the drawing there. And when we opened it, these things came out and attacked us.
Mm-hmm. Now I think there was also a council called with respect to the.
Yep. This is like what's happening right now. But yeah, we had a.
Yeah. Trovo can't talk, he's raging.
Someone else can talk about the council, because Trovic was too busy. He was too busy eating. No, but he doesn't, Trovic's mentality is that the talking is, goes in one horn and out the other.
What do the rest of you guys remember about the council?
Vasool is the council guy, right?
Yeah, so basically we tried to get some kind of order and support of each other in this council, so that not everybody would rush in and try to grab this tower, whatever it really does. But I think we are not certain whether this will happen, and everyone is more or less doing their own stuff there, and it's very mysterious how things work out. So there is the only suspects, and no one seems innocent.
All right. So, guys, Mo or Jeff, anything to add to that?
Oh, I found a good source of some rather nice drinks.
Yes, you made a new friend with the former Lazolda.
Yeah.
And Chaba.
So, yeah.
Trovic almost made friends with Chaba.
Yes, he did.
Nothing specific that I remember that's worth adding.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So then let's jump back in. So where we left our heroes was having tried to open the door. You guys placed the three sigils of your respective guilds of the Gruul clans, the Azorius Senate, and the and House Dimir. They seem to drift in there, the door seemed to open, creak just a little bit open, and then there was a voice you heard. Do you remember what the voice said? No!
Yes.
And the door slammed shut, and then something else came out. And that was the hand or hands of welcome. So, what we can picture is that we had the entire council of guild members, or council of the guilds, I guess, had met outside to, trying to witness the opening of Zunak's Tower, and then there was also a detachment of Boros Legionnaires that were here as well under the command of Volkos, and these things are kind of seemingly coming out of the ground, coming out of staircases, coming out of the doors, and we currently have Trovik, and I think, Trovik, are you the only one engaged in melee right now, or is someone else in melee with them? I think you're the only one who's in melee.
No, I was also attacked.
Oh, okay, so Vasul was as
yeah.
well. Yeah. All right, so then let's grab our monster stats here and see what happens next here. All right. So.
Someone shot the thing with lightning and healed it. I remember that.
Let's not name them. Yeah.
As if they were working for the opposition.
Yeah, that is curious, eh? Most away from camera. All right.
Oh, I've got quite bad hay fever, so if I
That is quite all
turn
right.
away.
That's just what a spy for House Dimir would say. Okay. All right, so then these things, let's see, we've got Vasul and we got Trovik. So Trovik, first the hands will reach out to you. And let's see here. As a nat 1. So you manage to keep yourself free of that, but then there is lightning that kind of plays out in that the glowing focus that is its face, and it pulses out at you. Does a 13 hit your AC?
No.
Nice. So you duck to the side. There's scorch marks left on the white surface of the steps. And then Vasul, I think he's going to try and grab you once again. Ooh, 14 AC?
I
No,
think
15.
I had 15.
15 AC, sorry.
That is no. Couldn't we just agree on 14? No, sorry.
No bidding, Madison, no bidding.
no. 15 does hit. Yeah.
That does it. Okay, so then the hands grab you, and you take 9 points of damage. And as you can see, these things have reach as well, too. They kind of can reach out far. And I need a DC 11 Wisdom save from you, please.
Wisdom, okay.
How about I go to where the results are so I can actually see? There we go. Ooh, so you guys are starting with 8 points of Astonishing Fortune. You can spend 2 of them to re-roll if you like. Or...
Yeah, I think I should do that. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's try again.
Grab my. Here we go. I got a good feeling about this. Oh no! Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see what happens.
All right. So then, what happens is, you can feel that there is a clouding of your mind. Like you're just feeling like there's brain fog that sets in. And you're finding it difficult to concentrate. You are suffering disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks because you have been poisoned with a psychic poison. And then it has its lightning, and with you sort of stunned, it will turn to its benefactor, Dr. Cardinal. Thank you for healing me. And it will return the favor with a pulse of lightning back at you. Oh, but a 2 is not going to do it. It goes past you and scorches across the ground. Kabobo, you spin around and see where this thing... You're like, Jesus, did it hit someone? I guess it wouldn't be Jesus, but... you know? This is where you notice, like, wait, where the hell did Mizzix go? Then it is Dr. Cardinal. What are you doing?
I am going to cast a Chaos Bolt at it.
Okay.
Again, level 2.
Okay.
And
That is a solid hit. And then let's see here. The D8s are 8. So thunder or lightning?
It'd have to be thunder because I know lightning does stuff to them.
You sure? Come on. You can play with a handicap, right? All right, so there's a thunder crack. So it does 21 points of damage. That actually dissipates the one that was there. Okay, then it is... so you still have a move if you like?
I'll step back 5 feet just to make sure I'm well out of the reach.
Okay.
Being
Trovic.
grabbed.
Trovic is going to hack at it with his great axe to start. And
Please
we
do.
will go from there.
So that was a good opening plan.
No, 11.
That
I
is
miss.
not quite good enough, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
So he's
that's
going to
6
attack. What's that?
6
No,
points
I'm
of
going to attack
astonishing
again
fortune.
with the great axe and
Okay.
5. Jeez. Okay.
Oh, man.
Dad, do I want to do the frenzy? Okay. Yeah, I'll frenzy
Okay.
because I didn't hit with any of those. So
Ah! All right.
frenzy again. I guess I get with the great axe. I don't get an extra
You're like my kid when he was a teenager playing video games. Got it.
Does 14. I rolled a 14 for that last.
What does Frenzy do?
It gives me an extra attack, but then it causes exhaustion
Oh, shit. All right, so
at the end of the
that
the
is a
rage.
hit.
Okay, so 13 points of damage.
Now, hold on. Were you recklessly attacking as well?
I did not declare it. So,
Okay.
and I think I'm not going to because these things, I'd rather have the extra 2 points
Yeah.
than AC.
You got it. Okay. All right.
That hits though, so 13.
Okay, so you managed to cut, like, one of the arms falls off, hits the ground, and there's sort of a pulse of electricity, and then it dissipates.
Okay.
Then it is Vasul. What are you doing, Vasul?
Yeah. So how far is Trovic?
Like right next to you.
Yeah. Well, so more than 10 feet away, maybe. Or
No,
could I
I
move a
think-
little bit?
You're
the
almost
side.
adjacent to him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm always okay. So yeah, then I don't do that. So then
What
I will
were you
use
thinking?
my club. Yeah, I wanted to use my thunderclap, but then I will hurt him as well. And we always end up right next to each other. So
Well,
it's-
I think the only one left is the one that's on him as well, too. The one that was on you is just destroyed by Dr. Cardinal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, I would just use my club. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, just swinging this
go.
club and. So no, with the 5, no way.
I choose to think your club's actually a bassoon that you just never play.
Yeah.
All right. You still have a bonus action if you like, or a move action.
Yeah. I think maybe I think Dr. Cardinal could use some inspiration. Do that again. That worked.
Okay. Nice. Then it is Kabobo's turn. What are you doing, Kabobo?
Again, he's got his Eldritch Blast ready to go. It's very consistent.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
All right. So it does tear through some of the robes that hang around this thing. So you do actually do some damage to it. But yeah, not much.
Not much.
Yeah. Anything else?
Just he's gonna kind of move to look around just to see if he can see what happened to
Yeah.
Mizzix. Yeah.
Give us a what do you call it? Perception, or what is this? Is perception? Yeah, perception. Check, please.
Not such a. Oh.
So you're looking around at trying to, make heads or tails out of what happened to Mizzix, And that's when you see there's one of the Boros Legion that seems to be sort of like not frozen in place the way you would be with like a hold person spell, but like standing as if dazed. And one of these things wraps its arms around him and then pulls him down into the ground.
Oh.
And he vanishes into the portal that this thing came from. Then it is the Portalgeist's turn. All right, so this thing's been pretty beaten up by you, Kabobo. So I think what we got? We got two of you guys in first. Let's do it. Trovik, we're trying to grab you again. So his hands go. Oh, 18. It's a 24 AC I hit. Trovik, I need a Wisdom save from you, please. DC 11. You only take 3 points of damage. Let's see how wise Trovik is. Oh, wow. So Trovik, like Vasul, you can feel this just like it is very, very, very difficult to concentrate. You find that your mind, your thoughts are just spinning. So you are currently poisoned. You take a disadvantage on attacks and attacks and actions and ability checks. Yeah. Okay, so then it will turn to you, Vasul, and try and lightning your bassoon. Nat 20.
Yeah. Okay. So
let's see here. You take this one is just damage actually, so isn't as bad. You take 12 points. Nope, sorry, you take 16 points of lightning damage. Then it is Dr. Cardinal, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to blast away at it.
Hold on. So, Mo, how many Chaos Bolts do you have left? Because you've cast a lot of those.
I've done 3 at level 2.
Okay.
And this is the first at level 1. So
okay,
I'm
got
burning
it.
through my spells.
Yeah, okay.
So
No,
that
is fine. All right, now let's see here.
3 and 5.
So fire or lightning?
Fire.
Fire, okay. So, does not seem to be super effective against it. You still have a move and a free action if you like as well?
No, I'm happy where I am, I think, because...
Is your way back? Yep. All right. Then it is... let's see here. Trovik.
Trovik is going to attack, and I will reckless attack.
Okay, so
against his poison. So
yeah, so this will be normal then.
Yep. For the great axe.
That is 13. A hit.
Oh, nice. So it's destroyed. Okay.
And it is destroyed.
All right. Is there anything left?
So you look around, and the rest of the fight seems to be sort of cooling down, but you can tell your numbers have been cut down by about a third.
Wow.
So,
you need healing, Basil.
Yeah, probably, but I think I could heal myself.
Yeah,
oh,
and
okay.
With those gone, there's sort of like there's a call for Volkos. Of course, Volkos survived. Volkos calls out, "Retreat! Retreat!" And Legionnaires, form a defensive. And they sort of like form a defensive line. There's nothing else that's out here at this point. But the Legionnaires have probably been decimated to half of what they were.
And the door is shut again, right?
It's shut again, and you can see sitting on the ground, like it's shut, and those 3 things kind of like dropped out of it. The 3 medallions. So they're at Vasul and Trovik. They're at your feet right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we will grab them. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they'll need to be investigated.
Well, one thing, let's see here. I don't think you guys need to roll for this. Vasul, you're quite perceptive. You can see that And you may remember that before the seals were put in, there wasn't a seam between the doors. There was where the metal, kind of the two bits of metal that shawed the outside of the door met. That was sealed one part. Even though the things have been cast out, there is a seal, so you can clearly see it's two doors now. That is
so we could maybe open it without. But the guy wants us to fall back, right? I don't know. Do we want to fall back or go forward?
So
I think recoup and see what happened. But yeah, it looks like we might be able to open them more normally rather than using the symbols, the special things you had.
Okay.
And we do have
fine to fall back.
Explosive.
you can hear as well too, Kabobos, a deep and low voice kind of calling out, Lizzie, Lizzie, Lizzie. And you look over and Chaba is like tossing shit over trying to find Lazolda.
Well, they probably went in.
Well, I think Kabobo's gonna find Vasul
Okay.
and to let him know. Those tentacles, those arms, they've taken some of our number, including some of our council.
So they went inside the tower or in the ground.
There was I saw a soldier grabbed a portal seemed to open and it pulled him down into it. I think our friends could be trapped inside.
You can see, as you guys are sort of talking about this, the Boros Legionnaires are sort of forming like a line, like a half circle around Chaba with weapons drawn. He seems on the verge of kind of losing control, and they seem poised to respond to that.
Saul, could you calm him down, maybe?
Yeah, I could actually. So I would just go there. I mean, I'm battered, and I think I look really bloody. And we all fought, and we will find her if she is beneath the rubble. But maybe she's inside the tower. Those creatures took her.
Why don't you go ahead and give us a, what is it, persuasion?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see here. Is it called persuasion or is it called diplomacy? It's called persuasion. Look at that. Guys, I'm learning the additions. It's only taken me 2 months. Go ahead and give us a persuasion check there, Vessel.
Yeah.
And I'll remind you, you could spend a point of Astonishing Fortune to gain advantage on this roll, if you choose.
Yeah, I could, but then again, no. I think we'll need it probably later. Let's see.
Nice.
I think.
So, I think that the Boros Legion just because maybe because of their training or whatnot, they are naturally inclined to defer to members of the Azoria Senate. So they sort of open as they're going through, and Chaba is a little bit taller than what you are, but not by much. I mean, the Loxodons are quite tall, but he's Lizzie's gone.
Yeah, then she's inside of the tower, so we will have to find her.
Lizzie's in tower? And he looks up at it. You can see he's sort of like rearing down as if he's going to charge the door. You can definitely stop him if you choose to, because of your... That's a great roll for persuasion.
Yeah, I think we should attack together. Let's just regroup for a moment and then try to pursue this as a team and not each one on his own.
So he looks down at you and then sort of looks over at Trovik, who's, I guess, the next head that's sort of popping above the crowd. And, yes. Chaba, listen. And he sort of slumps down, and until I say otherwise, he's kind of going to be like walking about 5 to 10 feet behind you. So
well, he could open the door. I mean, that's what ogres are for.
Yeah, Chaba good at door.
Yeah.
All right. So
You can just tell him that that woman is inside, and maybe he'll go at it with a fervor.
That's my idea. Yeah.
So he seems to be listening to Vessel quite well, but Trovic, I think you also recognize the, there is a, impulse towards action that is characteristic of the what are they called? The Rakdos guilders or cultists, third tribe. That it speaks to how the Gruul would respond to things, right? Fuck thinking, let's just do something. So, with that, you guys pull back. Doing a head count, it appears that in addition to the Boros Legionnaires, Yeva of the Golgori Swarm, Mizzix from the Simic Combine, Lizolda from the Cult of Rakdos, and Radom from Selesnya Conclave are all missing.
Wow.
I would just cast healing on myself.
Sure. You will have the 5 minutes. Just a reminder, we're only using 5 minutes for short rest in this, so if you want to spend hit dice instead or as well as, you can feel free to do that.
Yeah, okay, so then maybe I would go for the hit dice first.
Okay.
Let's see.
And that also means that any abilities that recharge on a short rest will recharge now. And I think for Frenzy, Exhaustion, is that recovered on a long rest or short rest? Let's see here. I was bitching about the index in the 5e Player's Guide a couple sessions back, but it is very comprehensive. It does have everything. It's a lot of references in there. Okay. Isn't Exhaustion tipped or tucked away at the back?
No, well, I'm looking at it in the compendium here, right?
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
So just level 1 disadvantage on ability checks. So it's,
Okay.
And it takes a long rest to get rid of
long rest to get back.
Exhaustion.
Okay, thanks.
That's fine, but it's not going to be. It won't be a problem until, level 3.
Nice.
So
okay.
Really, Trovic's not a skills guy anyway, right? So
yeah.
And it's ability skills. So okay, but I think he is going to use a.
Do we know?
dice.
Do ability checks include saving throws, or are saving throws separate from ability checks?
I feel like saving throws are separate, but
let's see here. 173. Let's see, because I know skill checks, they're not technically skill checks in this game. They're ability checks that happen to get a bonus from skills.
Because level 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, so they delete.
There you go. Yeah, so it's definitely not saving throws. Okay, that answers my question.
I'm going to use a hit dice though.
Okay, go right ahead.
There's my guy.
Okay. So then the remaining members of the council that are here still include, let's see here, Volkos, of course, is still here. Lucky you guys. I know you were worried there for a second, Vessel.
Yeah.
There's Volkos. Chaba is, of course, still here. Where is he? Evada. I managed to escape as well.
Yep.
He was actually right next to you guys when that thing came out, so he did a retreat, leaving you guys to kind of face the forces. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess that's it, right? That's so. Then Volkos will maybe ask the council to recover, deal with your wounds, and then we'll reconvene in an hour in the council tent. He's a little beaten up as well, too. So you guys will have an hour to do anything you choose to do if you want to discuss with each other. Vessel's still pretty beaten up as well, too.
Well,
yeah, not so much anymore.
Because we're going to have a long rest before I can go back in.
Oh, really?
Well, I've pretty much burned all my high-level spells, and
Okay, I mean, is that what they?
I'm going to be somewhat.
Yeah, but I think we shouldn't just wait for 8 hours and just.
Well, and it's not. You guys had just completed a long rest before you guys made the effort to go in, so it's going to be 24 hours where you can.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have a look at the remnants of the things. I think, if I can.
There is nothing left. When whatever was severed that fell to the ground, it disintegrated into blue mana and lightning.
Oh right, I thought you said something dropped. Oh, okay.
It did, and then I followed up with.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I must have been sneezing and didn't hear that. Well, in that case, I'm going to have an investigate at the doors because I've got a special ability.
You're approaching the doors again?
Yes, carefully.
After an hour of resting, I guess. Is that what you're?
No. Assuming Basil doesn't want me to.
No, I think you shouldn't hear me or something.
So I have knowledge of structure of buildings.
So you're approaching the building again. Volkos looks, if he sees you walking over, saying, "Doctor, what are you doing?"
Just checking the doors.
Are you eager to join the others? And he looks at the rest of you like, what the hell's wrong with him?
So
I'll get some of my tools out and I will walk very slowly towards the door.
I have no idea. He healed those creatures.
Yeah. And so just to make sure, so Volkos and the other Boros legionnaires are they are very busy tending to their wounds.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean I thought we were like resting and recovering.
Yeah, like everyone's pulled back from the tower because of the attack.
Yeah, Yago wants to explore it by himself.
That's okay, but maybe we could explore the explosives a little bit in the meantime. So someone could just fetch them. I don't know why.
I think Dr. Cardinal's walking along trying to get to the tower. Like, no, I'm going to do explosives. You say?
You could, if someone could go and get them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm actually not hurt at all. So I'll go over and just like try and get some of those blocks.
You're trying to get. So are you going to the tower?
No. I think the suggestion of explosives is a good one. So he's going to go to wherever they stored them and say, I think we need these to get in. So.
Okay. So what is everyone else doing? Are they accompanying Dr. Cardinal to make the request for the explosives?
No, I think I would just question Volkos what his strategy is. I mean, so I have legal authority. So basically, I think I'm in charge here.
He looks and kind of grits his teeth and says, "I was not suggesting otherwise, Vasul. But given that we are charged with your security and ensuring your safety of your expedition, I would think that you would want to defer to those who have more expertise in those areas."
Yeah, maybe. But then again, so how many of us are missing?
Yeah, Chaba's kind of up, behind you, his forehead glowers, and he's like, "Lizzie gone!" And Volkos looks and says, well, then what do you propose?
I think we need a coordinated way to get into the doors and then we have to rush in. And I think those hands, it's a protection from the outside. And once we are in, we are safe.
So you suggest that we charge the doors. How do you know they're open?
Isn't that what Boros do best?
He looks, and his eyes kind of, you see like fire behind the pupils, and he says, "One of the things."
Well, I'm going to point out that the doors were completely blocked before, and now there is actually a seam.
Yeah, I know that.
So I actually think they're ready to be opened.
Yeah.
Without the use of the magical things. So.
But if those things come out again,
in case we need to blow them up, or we can just try opening them normally with people standing by.
Volkos snaps to you and says, "Why is your answer to blow it up? Why is it always to blow it up?"
From destruction comes creativity.
We wish to access the tower, not bring it down, you fool.
The door, you... no, we need to get rid of the door, not the tower.
He shakes his head. He says, you are not touching that. The explosives, not the door. I have no faith that you... I've heard tales of you, Dr. Cardinal. We were warned. By your own guild, in fact. So no. We will not trust you to bring down the tower. But Vesul, you have a point. If the door is open, then we agree. Accessing the tower may be the best place to set our staging ground for exploring the tower and reclaiming it. And then he kind of paused for the guilds, of course.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah.
What do you propose then? This is Aveda who asked this. What do you propose?
Yeah. I would just think that the strongest of us should just try to open the door, just to push it in, and then the rest will swiftly follow inside.
Aveda looks at Vesul and Trovik and says, did you hear a voice as well? I heard something from within.
No.
He wasn't talking to you, Dr. Cardinal. That's why I said Trovik and Vesul.
No.
Yes, I heard a voice that said no.
I heard that as well. What do you make of that? Seems like there's a dog as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, the tower did not come here by chance, I suppose. So someone conjured it to go here. And maybe that person is on the inside. But we will only find out once we're in.
I agree. Then, do we do this now? Do we wait?
I say go now if those people are trapped in there.
Yeah.
Chaba once again. Lizzie gone!
Yeah. Chaba, could you just push the door a bit so that we others can move through?
Chaba good at push. Chaba good door.
Yeah. So I think I would just follow him and hope that he can open the door. And if not, I think we will just support him.
Okay. So describe for me what the formation is going to kind of look like in your mind for this. If it's is it the biggest of you at the front? Is it?
Yeah, so probably Chaba and Trovik, right?
Okay.
If I don't think Chaba will need help, but just in case,
Yeah, but maybe he needs some inspiration. So I would be close behind him, just in order to make sure that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then somebody needs to watch that we aren't getting someone in our back or something. So that's...
Well, the spellcaster's in the back, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. But also there is this legionnaires in the back, and I don't trust. So, I mean, maybe they could be on the last part, just, I don't know, securing, and then we will just move in really quickly.
Okay.
Okay. And then what do you see Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal in this? Are they sort of running behind with you and the two big guys?
I think Kabobo would try to get right behind the big troll. He always wants to be behind someone, and so
Okay.
following them.
And Dr. Cardinal?
Is sort of like a bit further back, because when he was ignored, he just went off and tried to find something to eat. So he sort of runs up when he sees them trying to get in. So yeah, I'm sort of with Kabobo.
Okay.
Maybe
What's going on? As he's
maybe
jamming finger sandwiches into his mouth.
Yeah. So
They don't want you not to go in. They just want you to blow it up.
most people would make up their minds.
I think what
Okay,
Trovik said was they do not want you to blow it up.
They don't want you to blow it up, but they don't mind if you go in. You don't have to be...
I see the people who didn't want me to get the explosives are very visible by their non-appearance at the front. And I'll look at whatever the boy is, that's the fighty ones.
Which one? I don't understand what you're saying, Will.
The one that refused the access to the explosives.
Volkos.
Yeah, so but after you, Volkos.
He looks at you and he's like, were you not here for the plan at all? Are you drunk, man?
Could be.
Well, you're ignoring me, so I assumed I wasn't there, but okay. That's out of character, by the way. I assumed they'd blank me out or something. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. I'm with Kabobo. I've got my crossbow out. Ready?
Okay. So you're standing behind then, and then Vessel, I'm sorry, you're behind Trovic and Chaba?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, with you guys lined up, Evada will take his place beside you as well, too. Volkos will be sort of like at the peak of a spear formation, kind of with the surviving or the remaining Boros Legionnaires, and then the some additional Legionnaires now. Do you guys have anything to try and deal with that poison?
No.
Kabobo, anyone have any?
I don't.
I think doesn't Lesser Restoration? Isn't that what that spell does in this game?
It might. But, I mean, again, it's only like abilities, so.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I mean, if it were worse, yeah, I would ask you to do it. But
Well, maybe
I have lesser restoration.
Let's see here.
I only have cure wounds.
Okay, maybe we just remove poison. Still in this game. No, it's not. Neutralize poison? Is that what it's called? Nope. Lesser Restoration. Okay, it was right. Here we go. So Lesser Restoration is second level abjuration spell. Who is left here? Volkos, I don't think, can help with that. Evada cannot help with that. Shit, that Paladin probably could have, but he is missing.
So it's not a magical effect, so I can't dispel it.
Shit. All right, so hopefully it doesn't persist for too long. But for now, you're still just, it's difficult following, complex conversations or things like that. All right, then, with you guys all lined up, you guys begin the... Chaba sort of squares up next to you, Trovic. He's just a little bit taller than what you are, but not by much. He looks over at you and kind of... his face has been sort of twisted up in like concern and anger from the time that Lizolda went missing. But once he squares up with you and kind of looks like he's going to smash something, there's actually a little bit of a smile that kind of goes to his face.
Yep.
And then, and you guys both go charging up. Now, what I need is for everybody who is running up there to kindly give us a dexterity save, please, because what's happening is as you're running up the stairs, those hands are beginning to come up again and try and grab. And Dr. Cardinal, you're kind of grateful for having not come up here by yourself now. Mm-hmm. So everyone give us a dexterity save. Oh
my gosh.
Okay.
Trovic did okay.
Trovic did well, yeah. So we need for dex saves. Yep, Vessel, you did well as well. Dr. Cardinal?
Oh, even if I was right at the back. Okay.
Yep, that's why I said everyone.
Because they're coming out at you.
All right, so Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, you have...
I'll spend an AF to re-roll that.
Okay, go ahead. So another Astonishing Fortune. You guys are down to... what? Oh.
4, I suppose.
4, I think. Yeah. Kabobo, do you wish to spend Astonishing Fortune as well?
No, I'll take the consequence.
Okay. So then for...
Maybe you might find Mystics.
Dr. I found Mystics. Dr. Cardinal, you take 6 points of damage, and I need a Wisdom save from you, please. And then Kabobo, you took 4 points of damage, and I need a Wisdom save from you, please. The rest of you guys...
tentacles come out of the... or these hands come out of the ground, right?
Ice Kabobo, you're fine. Yeah, but you're either charging past or like wrenching yourself free of them. You and let's just see how Dr. Cardinal does. So we need a wisdom
14.
save from you, Dr. Cardinal. Oh, you already rolled 14, so no, you're fine. You're fine. All right. So just the damage. Trovic and Chaba, you reach up to where the doors are, and there's this titanic slam as the doors are burst inwards. And as soon as you do, those hands vanish. And all of you guys are able to run, kind of spill into the full. And Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, you were held in place for a moment, but then it releases you. And you guys are able to stumble into the room with everyone else. And this entry point is, imagine like a combination of the, like, I think depending on who your character is and how they're seeing it, Vestal, you're seeing this as a sweeping sort of, a foyer. It's a massive high ceiling above you, marble all over the place. There are markings on the floor that are carved into the three guilds, and there are like stairs that lead up in every direction as well, with different levels on it. Lots of very fancy banisters along each of the stairs and each of the platforms looking down. Trovic, you recognize this for what it is. This is a kill box. This is for where if someone does breach the things, there would be archers and spellcasters and whatnot that would rain destruction down on here too, or perhaps even pour magical, fire or acid or whatever down on things. This is the first line of defense if the thing is breached. Pitch black in here. So Volkos raises at Boros' scepter of his, and there's a flare of light that illuminates some of the tower around you. Chaba is shouting out, "Lizzie! Lizzie!" And it's sort of echoing across the walls inside here.
So, Chaba, could you just please be a little bit quiet? We have to find our way, and maybe it's not good if everyone knows where we are coming from.
He looks down at you and says, "But Lizzie here."
Yes, but you see it's a rather large compound here. We need some direction, and I think Volkos will know the way.
So he's looking around. Vassie right. Chaba quiet. So what are the rest of you guys? What do you make of this?
We just move forward, right?
Yeah, I think we just...
There's no one here attacking, right? Even in this... no one raining down stuff upon us.
Yes.
Yet.
Have you mentioned that this is actually designed as a killing chamber?
Well, Trovic thinks it's obvious, but, Okay.
Dr. Cardinal, would you kindly give us a intelligence check, and you can use your proficiency bonus from your engineering or tinkerer's kit. Now that's damned curious. Because there's pipes, and there's some... You're certain that there is some apparatuses that are in here. There's no joke that what the guys had said about this being a Boros structure on the outside definitely seems to be the case. But there is it engineering built into this thing as well?
So do I think those pipes are meant to dump stuff on people who come into the door?
Quite possibly. There may be all sorts of ingenious ways that it could have affected you, but more likely it is just part of the overall substructure of the built-up of systems that are in here. The Izzet League is sort of notorious for maintaining the not notorious, but like their sort of role within the guilds is to maintain the infrastructure in Ravnica. But this is particularly... Someone has some Izzet Leaguer has built up stuff and devices within the interior of this.
Is there a control panel down at this level?
You would, well, I mean, from where you can see, there isn't. This is a massive structure inside, and it seems to go off in labyrinthine kind of passages on the side, and there's multiple staircases that lead up. There's multiple platforms, and from where you are, the ceiling appears to be maybe about 100 or 120 feet up. So you may have to do some exploring in order to try and locate that. Volkos says, then we will keep watch here. If you intend to go further in, we'll secure this as the breachhead.
We don't want to trample on any potential tracks for. I'm looking at Trovic and Basul.
No, I just wanted to ask Volkos. Well, I think he should be familiar with the basic idea of how this structure works. So maybe we could just ask him how would we get to the center or whatever, where the kind of control or whatever of this tower is.
Give us an insight check, please.
An insight check. Ooh. An insight check. Okay. So. That's a 26.
Holy shit. So you can see, 26 or 26, amazing. So what you see on his face is, I think something of embarrassment, like just a hint of it. It's not obvious, or not like at least immediately obvious to everybody else. But what you can see, Volkos is that, or Vasul, is that Volkos doesn't really want to. He does say, I've never seen something like this before.
Okay.
We have no record of something like this before.
Yeah. Then we will be the first to make the records then, I suppose.
The Evada sort of, I think with that, we'll let your insight thing spill over. You can see that while that half-elf from House Dimir does keep his cards quite close to his chest, you can see that there is obvious joy that he's having at Volkos's ignorance. It's typical of House Dimir, though. Like, they love fucking knowing stuff that other people don't. And what he says is that information we've gleaned from records suggests there is an entrance. There are laboratories within, a library, living quarters, navigation, storage, an armory, and it's said that there is an impressive arboreum.
Funny. So does it have landing pods on the top?
Which part? Sorry, the
landing. So normally the Boros, they fly. They have griffins and stuff. So they have some kind of I don't know, air force you could call.
Yes.
So yeah. But this is maybe older.
Oh, so you're thinking of an airy.
Yeah.
An airy is different from an arboreum. Arboreum is for plants, and it's like a greenhouse.
Yeah, no, I know that, but
okay.
I was just wondering whether they have some kind of way to dock airships or something on the top. So, yeah.
Sure. So he, Evada sort of looks at you and says, if this was built by Boros, then I would expect it to be. And he kind of looks back at Volkos, and Volkos is just sort of, as is sort of his default position, he just seems angry with Evada now.
Okay.
So is there any signage in here?
If you're looking around, there does not appear to be, although, apart from the symbols on the ground, the 3 symbols carved into the ground. And Dr. Cardinal, you rolled quite well with your intelligence. I'll let you carry over. This stone has been reworked magically. So there may have been different symbols in there before.
Okay. Right, so in the ground floor, is there a sort of like side room where we can just leave some of our heavier stuff?
The Boros are setting up in this main chamber here.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can find a side chamber.
If
where I
Ada
can
sort of walks to the front door and kind of looks back at you all and says, "Should we test it?" And he sort of gestures with his foot as if stepping outside.
Why?
Interesting.
Well,
I would say leave it open. Why do we need to?
Do we need to know if we can bring more in?
Yeah, good experiment.
No. Why would you want to trap us?
Not to trap you. And he sort of makes a gesture with the hands. Should we see if it's still active?
Yeah, but maybe not. I mean, we should just go. I think we have to either go up or down, and I've seen no way to go down, so maybe we have to go up.
So at that, you guys can see from far, a little, it's got to be at least 80 feet or 90 feet in the air, there is a small white light that begins to form.
Can I take cover?
If you're looking around, where would you plan? Again, this is a big, wide open room here.
Oh, well, there's no like a reception desk or anything like that. Okay.
So Dr. Cardinal kind of runs one way and then runs back another way and then kind of, and this white light begins to sort of drift down towards you guys. It has a whitish and bluish tinge to it. And then as it drifts in closer, it begins to form a figure. And what drifts down and lands sort of in front of you is the form of a man, human, balding, short for a human, with like little straps of hair kind of at the back. And the long robes, he's made seeming to be translucent of whitish blue light, but he does have he has the markings of the Azorius Senate on his hanging robes.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks down, and he has a bit of a almost like defeated kind of expression on his face. And he says, "Well, I suppose you're in now, so there's no sense in hiding. Congratulations, you're in."
Do I think this is a spirit or a ghost of some sort?
Yeah, you would guess.
Just because I've interacted with them so much that
Yeah. What you know too is that there are like the spirits of the dead. Their undeath is sort of associated with the with black mana, but there are things called geists that appear that are from the full gamut of the ranges of the colors of magic, and can be combinations thereof as well too. So even though like the harmful kind of undead things that drink, blood, or not drink blood, like drain life and shit like that, that's black mana associated spirits. But there are spirits associated with white, red, green, all over. This is likely a geist, and they come in all sorts of different forms as well too. Some can be effectively either copies or continuations of the minds and the souls of the existing creatures that have passed on, or they can just be the surviving impulses. Trovik, you would know well about the like red geists, just spirits of fury and destruction and impulse. So this thing stops and says, "Welcome to Zunak's Tower. I'm Akania Doro. Vasul, you have training in history, right?"
Yes.
This is going to be a pretty darn hard roll, but go ahead and give us a history check, please.
Oh, yeah. I feel confused already, but...
you get disadvantage on this too. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's only now you sort of recognize, like, wait, is that Azorius?
Yeah.
Is that those Azorius robes he's got on?
Yeah. So I guess you are the warden.
I am not the warden, and if we were casting this spirit for our for the film version of our campaign, this would be played by Wallace Shaw. So if you think of the guy who played Vicini in Princess Bride, or the Grand Nagus in Deep Space Nine, or I can't remember the character's name in My Dinner with Andre. So he says, Warden. I don't think I'd quite call myself the Warden, but I am the keeper of the door. And
Interesting.
You're Azorius.
Yes.
Aloxodon and Azorius. What is your name?
I'm Vazul, functionary of the Senate, by orders of, I don't know how she was called, I'm sorry.
It was Minister.
Yeah, by the minister. And we are here to reclaim this tower for the Guild Pact.
And I see a member of the Gruul clans, too.
Yeah, I said we are here to claim for the whole Guild Pact.
Ask the guide where the prisoners are.
Prisoners? Yeah. What? Whoa. You, the Boros Legion. This isn't yours anymore, he says to Volkos. What are they doing here? What did you bring them for? And
yeah.
He looks over at you, Kabobo, and then past you, almost to like your side, and he says, we've honored the treaty, we've honored the bargain, the contract's not broken. They won't get anywhere. He's not talking to anyone you can see, guys, but Kabobo.
Might be somebody.
If you wish to concentrate, I think normally Razir only appears at your will, but maybe this time you might be able to force it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Why don't you give us a... What do you think? What do you think you would use here? Like arcane or religion or...
I mean, I think it would be religion because that's the path that I sort of took for Kabobo.
Yeah. Give us a religion check too, please. Nice. So what you can see is sort of he fades into form is Razir. And you can actually hear him coming in as well too. And Razir is saying, "Don't tell them anything. You have a pact. There is a deal here. You were not to bring it back." And you guys are only hearing the Arcania's side of the thing. And he says once again, "I didn't. I had nothing to do. It was the others. They're doing it." But they... And then he realizes he's kind of talking to things. And give us a Kabobo, a deception check here. Or sleight of hand? I think that's a skill too, right? No, it isn't. It's... Oh, sleight of hand is. What do you think? Stealth? What I'm trying to determine is whether Razir notices that you're seeing him. What do you think? I'd buy deception or stealth, I think.
Yeah, probably deception.
Okay. Yeah. So he doesn't seem to see you, and you don't need to focus on it anymore. You'll hear Razir's side of the...
Right, I don't need to look at him.
Yeah. You look back, and then he sort of looks back and says, "I'm sorry, what did you... What? The Boros...
Okay.
And... Bless you."
Yeah. So what kind of treaty or pact are we talking about? You were saying something about a treaty?
Well, you're bound by it. You know that too, don't you?
The only treaty I know is the Guild Pact.
The Guild Pact? Yes, that is Oh. He's not going to be happy that you're here. She won't be pleased. Wait. Did you say you had people who were missing?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no. She might be hungry then.
Okay, so who is she and where is she?
Well, if you know the pack, then you would know. She'll be upstairs.
Yes.
She's the navigator. But
okay.
If you try and see her, and she's hungry, and he gestures at Volkos, he won't be pleased to see them.
Okay.
And he looks over at Trovik. I'm surprised you're pleased to see them. You would give us...
We have an agreement with these folks, and that we're abiding by the agreement.
Oh boy. What a mess. What a mess. And you can't see the bottom half of his body, really, because it sort of drifts off into things, but you get the sense he's pacing back and forth.
So, why did the tower come here?
I don't remember.
So there was a treaty, and you were on the bottom of the ocean, and now you're not anymore.
We were at the bottom of the ocean, and we're not now.
No.
Oh no.
You're barely underground, a little bit, but not so much.
We're on the surface, and you're all here now.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no. He looks over, and Razir is saying, says something that you've heard many times before, Kabobo. You fool! And it hits sort of this Arcadia like a whip. He's like, I know. This is not. If we. What a fool. Oh dear. I think, and from seeming nowhere, there are hands that appear across his face and his body. And he just says one more time, oh no, and then kind of is pulled into one of those portals. And his light goes out. And Aveda says, well, that was interesting. And then you hear the doors slam shut.
So, okay, Aveda, what treaty was he talking about?
I don't know. Why don't you give us any insight check?
Oh, 14.
So, I rolled terribly for mine. He genuinely seems like, for someone who, or for people who like to look clever in front of other people, that usually is reliant on knowing more than anyone else in the room. And it appears that he knows nothing. Because this is the first time you've seen him kind of shaken. You can see, still out of the corner of your eye, Kabobo, you don't need to roll again, but Razir looks really angry.
I don't particularly want to talk to him in front of everyone.
Okay. So then, with the Volkos steps forward, he says, what are they talking about? What was he talking about, and what took him? What three is he talking about? These are guild members?
Probably representations of the three guilds that whose seals are on the tower, my guild included. I'm sure they have some sort of way of controlling this place.
Yeah.
Well, he mentioned she as the navigator.
Yeah.
That she might be hungry, so I think we need to try and find the captured people as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
A disappeared friend appeared to imply they were upstairs somewhere.
So, Vukos, it seems like there was a treaty at some point in time, and this tower was more or less bent to the bottom of the ocean. So we can imagine that something very, very awful is hidden inside.
They built this place to contain something awful.
Yeah.
No, I
Sent
think
it to the ocean and sent it into the bottom of the
It was used
ocean.
in this way, yeah.
But this is really a prison of something.
Yeah, or something. So just maybe it was a bargain and it was given to that creature or something. Whatever them are, I suppose it's more of those. I imagine that there is a creature controlling the placement of the tower, and then there's somebody else in here, imprisoned or just living or being undead inside.
Volko says what? A weapon?
Well, I mentioned
think-
he and she being the navigator, who I'd imagine is some sort of gola. And I think he may be the thing that's being restrained.
Yeah. I think we have
We
to
need
find
to try and find our colleagues sooner rather than later.
Maybe we could talk to the hungry navigator.
So, where do you go now?
Up.
It's
Well, yeah, let's see where all the stairs going up are.
Yeah, up.
Okay. So then, guys, why don't we we're a couple minutes early, but why don't we take our mid-session break right now? I can hear my food delivery arrived here. My meal delivery service delivered a little bit ago. And Anna said hi. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, folks, and then we will see what else you find in the Zunax Tower. So, back momentarily.
Cool. Oh, you don't need a brush. That's not cheese, right? That's breadcrumb. Yeah. I don't know if you want to heat it up.
All right. So. All righty. Do you have any other games today, Carl?
No. Well, I had a game this morning with Darren Green, and he's playtesting his game called Dex, which is like a RPG but card based.
Oh, nice. That's Colin's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only played with him once. He seemed really nice.
Yep. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
I liked it, actually. I mean, it's the other one, right? Castle Falkenstein is also kind of a card-based game, but I like what Darren's doing in that it's player-facing. So you roll. The player rolls for defense, and the player rolls to attack. Well, not roll. He draws cards. So it's got a board game element. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'm a super fan of card-based, but I want to check it out, and
yeah, and
it's like
the player-facing thing too. I've only I run a handful of Cypher games too, and I liked being on the DM side of that. I'm not a fan of Cypher on the player side as much, but Simba Room, I ran that as a one-shot a little while ago, and it was super fucking cool having players roll for everything. Same thing with City of Mist, actually, for that matter.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
City Mist.
Well, yeah, it's like most played by the Apocalypse, right? Or I think all of them. It's player-facing. So
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I really like City of Mist. I want to try to. I don't know. I feel like superhero games seem to be about the hardest to get people to want to play. I don't know.
Tell me about it. I've got a Champions 40th anniversary session that I want to run before the end of the year. Nobody's been asking me when I'm running it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about those.
I really like the one we played. I don't ever.
The City of Mist one was really cool.
Yeah, but there was the one we played where you could stunt your powers that I really enjoyed.
So
I think it was a Marvel one.
Marvel Superheroes?
Maybe.
The Alpha Flight one? You played in that one, I think, right?
Yeah, but this was one where if you were Hulk, you could basically create the sonic slap that he does by I don't remember what the name of the game was.
DC Adventures has something like that. We played that when you guys played the Suicide Squad. Members of the Suicide Squad at one point.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was.
But there's a lot, like Mutants and Masterminds has stunt mechanics in it. Marvel Superheroes has stunt mechanics in it. What did we play recently that would have been like that?
I don't remember, but I just remember that the one we played, it was done where it felt...
Champions. That's where, remember you're playing the super strong dude?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because that also, it doesn't at default have a stunt mechanic, but I was playing with it having a stunt mechanic. Remember the legacy of you had inherited your powers, but you had that chronic pain condition as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see here. I was grabbing one more thing here.
I'd have to go back and watch our things. It was the one where we were flying in a helicopter or something.
You're flying in a helicopter.
Yeah. The city was attacked. I think I was playing with Steve.
Oh, that's Savage Worlds.
Oh, was that the Savage Worlds one?
Savage Worlds Superpowers. Yeah. Remember you guys were, I think you guys were playing criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were stunting stuff. Yeah, well, they just finished successfully kickstarting. Not kickstarting.
Yeah, they did like their own internal Kickstarter, which I totally forgot about, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have it on offer as regular, the way that every Kickstarter seems to do now, you know? So.
Yeah, if you wait long enough, then you can get it in the Humble Bundle.
Exactly.
And then everyone says, "Oh, they must be hurting because they're doing a Humble Bundle."
Yeah.
Wasn't that what happened to you with one of the Monty Cook ones in golf too, where like the before they were delivering the Kickstarter rewards, they were showing up in a humble bundle?
No. They just had finished delivering the printed books, and then 2 weeks later they had this humble bundle for Numenera second edition or revised edition or whatever you call that.
Yep. It's nice that they've got those. Like Delta Green did something fairly similar too. Like they haven't finished delivering the rewards from the last Kickstarter, and they offered pretty much everything as part of a humble bundle around the same time that their most recent Kickstarter was going on. It's, I mean, you know.
So, but Jeff, if you're interested in superhero games with clever mechanics, then there is this Sentinels of the Multiverse RPG, where you have so all the superpowers come in tiers, and it's like a traffic light. So you have green, yellow, and red, and the harder the going gets, the higher and mightier your powers are. But it's more risky then. It's very nice.
I was trying to find stats for something I needed, guys. Forgive me. Okay. I knew it was in here. Here we go. All right, so you guys have been left on your own once again with that light having faded. What are you guys intending on doing next?
We're going upstairs, right?
Okay.
Find a stairway up and start going, I think.
Okay.
Given this is a prison, I think we ought to be looking for traps and stuff, because...
Okay. You want...
I don't think it's a prison for normal human or humanoid beings. So...
No, I meant there might be traps for potential rescuers, if you see what I mean.
Oh yeah, okay.
What do you wish for the rest of the Boros Legion and them to be doing? Should they be trying to get out? Should they be accompanying you? Should they be...
Well, is Shabba going to come with us to search for Lizzie?
Well, he should. I mean, at
He
least
probably will.
Yep.
Yeah, he probably would insist on it. Well, I think maybe if they can set up a base camp and then see if they get the door open.
Okay, let me do
I
this.
suspect it's pretty permanently closed. I hope they brought some rations in.
And I hope they brought the explosives with it.
Okay. So here we go, guys. This is
They're
Jabba.
not long on thinking, these guys.
Let me just
Anyway,
set this up here, guys. I will give you control over Jabba.
Yeah.
Go 0, 0.
The question is there anyone inside with us that could maybe heal the soul a bit more?
I don't think I need healing right now. I think we need answers.
All right, so there is. Let me give you guys access to the. Here, remove this. Remove that. Where were we here? All right. Chabba, Chabba, Chabba. There he is. Yeah, guys.
Cool.
You have your Chabba now. And I will, give me a sec here. I'll do this too. Give you a Chabba, proper Chabba token.
So it's like Commander Shepard then, dancing.
I don't understand that reference.
No, it's a joke in Mass Effect.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, I don't. All right. Okay. So there we go. You guys have control over that now?
Maybe someone moved the token away. So.
I put a new token down. Oh, hold up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can move him, so...
Great. Okay, great. Great. Then, let's do this, guys. So, Chabba will come with you, the Boros Legion, and should they... What they're thinking is to explore out into here, too. If you're going to go up, why don't they go down? See if they can't find what he is.
Yeah.
Volko says if they won't like me anyway, better for us to find them than them to find us.
Sure.
Just be very careful.
Yeah, maybe we should agree we'd explore for no more than, say, 12 hours and then meet up back down here. And compare notes.
It works for them.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So then, guys, let's see. So where you next start making your way up, and this place seems a lot bigger and a lot more confusing to get around in than you expected, than it appeared from the outside. As you guys are making your way up, there isn't a straight shot for one set of stairs that leads all the way up. You need to go from one place to another place. And again, like if you're trying to make a place that is defensible on the inside, to forcing people to split up or move or whatnot, or not be able to just straight access something. I think that who might have a suspicion here? Kabobo, you might have a sneaking suspicion that there may be other ways to get around more directly. They're just not directly. They're not evident at present. And you guys get to one room that appears to be, or was at one point, this is maybe 2 floors up. There's like living quarters or barracks or whatnot that you're passing as you're making your way up. You get to one where you need to cut across to get to the far side to get to another set of stairs. And what you find is a sprawling laboratory. And the thing is that this laboratory is also covered in fungus, overgrown and just carpeting the entire area. Let me see here. Let's do this.
Before we go in, just let me have a look at that, I think.
Yeah.
It's not technological, if that's what you're thinking.
I think it smells bad, and if Dr. Cardinal would like to do some research on that, I think it's better than going in there and smell it.
Okay, give me a sec here, guys.
I could have a look at it with alchemy tools, whether that might help.
Again, it's not really. This is one of those things. What's going on here?
So does it look like a lab for biochemistry rather than more physical science?
Yes, definitely something more in the vein of the Simic Combine.
Okay, interesting.
What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Yeah, definitely something. That's why I'm saying that it's not. It's just not. It's not something. What thing you can tell, Dr. Cardinal, is that this room is definitely something that would have been. That would have been originally built for the Is It League. And this is not the first one of these you have passed. The reason you know that is because, notwithstanding the popular opinion of what the Is It Leaguers like to do, the Is It League does try and reinforce structurally their labs against any potential mishaps. Which is to say, they don't intentionally blow the walls out of their labs. They just, sometimes their experiments are enthusiastic enough to do so. This has similarly been reinforced against that kind of thing, especially for the interior. The walls that join the exterior are solid, the same kind of reinforced, stronghold that you would expect from a Boros Legion's tower. But the interior walls have been reinforced the way that the Is It League would do in their own structures.
Yeah, so they've got rooms set aside for handling dangerous stuff that are
yep, the layout. Well, that would speak more to the layout than the actual construction. But again,
yeah,
this is and is not something that you would expect the Boros Legion would be doing on their own.
Yeah, so it's Ravnica's version of like those cells where you handle radioactive stuff, maybe with gloves and protective stuff.
Well, again,
and
like Mo, that speaks more to the layout than the
Yeah.
reinforcement. It's the building of this, not the layout. It's the structure of it that speaks to you that the Is It League was somehow involved with the building of this thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're not wrong that like the layout of this at one point probably would have been. The apparatus that you see in here does not seem to be does not seem to relate to what your what do you call it? To the Is It League. You're not sure what the the Simic Combine is obviously involved in some pretty bizarre experiments and such. Although that's normally, I guess, restricted to
growth
zones.
tanks or something where they generate clones or stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, the Zonauts. And that's sort of what maybe you're seeing in here as well, is there are some like broken remnants of the studies of that kind of thing. They're like, the sort of mad scientists sort of like, keeping things in a big tube or test tube or something like that.
Yeah. I'm thinking of one of the later Aliens ones.
Yep, absolutely.
Where she sees all the other previous attempts.
Yep,
which is pretty gross.
exactly. There's some broken things. So then that is the thing you see, and then it is sprawling across. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find a appropriate. Here we go. This will work.
So we've got
Does it look organic?
Yeah.
Now the no, not structures, but the what do you call it? The growths that are in here, the fungus, most definitely are organic.
Does it look like dangerous fungus, maybe? I am trained in knowledge in nature. So
you have that. Yeah, you also have
yeah.
that. Go ahead and give us a knowledge nature check.
Okay.
And you got that. You have that contact with the Golgori swarm as well too.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing here, this
cool.
is great roll. Oh yeah, and you are disadvantaged too. Even at a disadvantage, it's still a good enough roll. What you can see is that the fungus that fills this seems to be very close to what you would expect the Golgori to be part of. The Golgori, have like its green and black mana is the fusing that make them that drives theirs, and the type of it's fungus sort of operates in that bizarre life growing from death kind of area that the Golgori also, but they also embrace undeath. Again, that really shouldn't be present here unless something else is going on.
Yep.
It is unnatural, and I think, let's see here, Dr. Cardinal, why don't you give us a I think just a raw intelligence check. Or investigation, if you have investigation. Nice. So what you can see here, Dr. Cardinal, that's a great roll. This seems to have originated from a nearby spot. You're actually able to... Maybe this is part of your experience with when, experiments go wrong. You're sort of like the fire reconstructionist, as it were. Like, okay, now where did my experiment go wrong from here? This is the point of origin where things got fire and exploded out. What you can see in here is there is a point of origin for this spread. And it's not evident to everybody else, but what you can see is that there is... Well, that's curious. It looks like something that is a cross between... like there's part fish, like a pike or a salmon, and there's part octopus or squid in it, but it has also like strange kind of like pincers or stuff that's on there. So it's
like a crab's mouth.
It's a weird, like, the back of it has tentacles going out, the front has a fish, there's also these strange, like, feelers or something near the front that are clearly segmented like an insect thing. It's obvious it's the type of creation that the Simic Combine puts together. It has been vivisected and laid out, and it seems that this spread of growth comes from inside that.
Uh-oh.
So it's still, I mean, this should be thousands of years old. Shouldn't it have just decayed? So does it look fresh?
The thing that was vivisected? It does not look thousands of years old. And the smell, the pungent, musky smell that's hanging in here of this carpet of fungi tells you that this stuff is not hundreds of years old too. It's wet. And it's got that slick, quality that mushrooms can have to it. So you're seeing all this from sort of the edge of the room. I'm assuming you guys are wanting to fully, appraise yourself of what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So we've got to cross the room to get to the stairs.
You do, yeah.
Could we sort of walk around the edge to try and avoid it?
You might be able to, yeah. Like the spread seems to have consumed most of the lab. But it is strongest on one side, closest to where this vivisection was taking place.
Okay, well, I'm going to suggest we try and carefully circuit the room, but don't try and disturb the fungus as little as possible in case that has spores.
Yeah. Who has training in history?
I do.
Me, but yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking
I'm confused, but nevertheless.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't need to check. So this is going to be stuff automatically, and this may be stuff you as the players already have picked up. But the Simic Combine has spores and growths and things like that. Is not something that is characteristic of their studies. They study life of, like, you know, combinations and unusual pairings of living things, as opposed to I mean, fungus is living as well, but it's not something they typically...
they work on the macro, not the micro scale.
Thank you. Yes. It's a much better...
Well, it's a traditionally Golgari thing.
Absolutely. So this would be strange for them to be incorporating that into this.
It seems that more of the guilds are involved than just what was brandished on the outside.
So
Don't know who was trapped in here with him. You know, there may have been people here.
So maybe, just maybe. So if you think of the guilds who opened the door, then you have to have all colors of mana available, because the 3 guilds, they will get you all 5 types of mana, and maybe they did some weird experiments here with. So I think this has to be locked up for some reason, and it is not good.
The creature that is vivisected with a 25 roll 2, it has the pale, like pigment-free coloring that you would expect from a deep sea aquatic life form.
Oh.
Yeah, well, because you know this was submerged very deeply until recently. Yeah, so there may have been people living here all the time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Anyway, I'm going to do a quick experiment. So, just at the edge of the room, get everyone to stand back. I will just try and poke at the mole to see if anything happens.
Okay.
Just a little patch right on the door.
Sure. So you poke at, what are you poking at it with?
Or anything. Let me look at what I've got. Well, I'll pull out the crowbar from my pack, and I'll just literally scrape maybe an inch or so square
Okay.
off, and then sort of dump it, and then just see what happens.
Okay. So you get in, you get your crowbar out, and scrape along, and some of these bizarre, greasy mushrooms kind of fall off. Doesn't seem to be any immediate response.
Okay, so I think we're just going to have to try and walk very carefully around the room, but keep an eye out for something that maybe isn't vivisected jumping out at us. So who wants to go for... we've got people who are good at tracking and stuff, aren't we? Maybe they might be better.
Not sure.
Okay, watch my back and I'll do it. So,
Okay.
I suggest maybe we go a few feet apart. So I'll go 5 feet in front.
Okay.
But get ready to pull me back if something horrible happens. So I'll very carefully start walking around.
Okay,
And
so you
maybe go
step
about
out there.
15 feet.
What are the rest of you guys doing as Dr. Cardinal is trying to navigate around the edge of this spore-filled laboratory?
I'm also walking very slowly.
I think I would follow him.
Okay. You be next in line?
Yeah, I'm not overly afraid of this fungus.
Okay. So then...
Probably better to have the big guys go last, actually, see how safe it is with little people tracking through here.
So what I need from Dr. Cardinal is, would you kind of give us a Constitution save, please? Nice.
Oh, nice.
So then you're moving along, and you sort of... well, tell me about your lighting situation, because there's no lights in here either.
Well, if I'm going with them, I have light spell cast on my staff.
And I've also got light on the crossbow, which I'm holding.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're holding your crossbow?
So there's a beam of light out the front of the crossbow, which is the Tinkerer effect.
Okay, so you've got your light coming out from the crossbow. As you are making your way along, Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, actually all of you guys, go ahead and give us perception checks, please. Let's see if you notice something. Ooh, Iago, that's pretty good. Okay. Trovik, are you gonna see your dominate?
Does it involve spelling? No.
Oh, you know what? It actually might. I think it would. So, Vessel, I'll let you take the 18 from that. You don't have advantage, but you don't have disadvantage from it.
No, but I have a 13, so...
Didn't you? Oh, I was history. I was 18. Shit. And then, Trovik, we just need a perception check from you, please.
Yep.
Okay. So, what... let's see here. Kabobo, then you don't see anything. You start following behind, and I need a Constitution save from you, please.
Kabobo.
Constitution save, you said?
Yes, please. Nice. Okay, so Dr. Cardinal and Kabobo, as you're making your way across, neither of you have been affected by the that mind poison that Vasul and Trovik were afflicted with. But as you're sort of making your way along the side, you feel, for a second, you feel kind of dizzy. And you think you can see faces moving across the surface of the fungus. As if like, whoa! And then they're gone. And you kind of do a double blink, and I think that Dr. Cardinal, if you've got training in alchemy as well too, you know that sometimes there are mind-affecting things that will leave deleterious side effects or leave deleterious effects too, and you've got a little bit of like, almost like maybe it's like an ashy or coppery taste in your mouth. And you think it's something just tried to drug you.
I'll turn to the others and mind putting my hand over my mouth and try and like hold my breath until I get to the other side.
Okay.
Unless it's like a huge room.
Kabobo, do you think that...
I think I would yell some, or say something back to the others.
Yeah, what do you say?
I think this fungus might have some kind of a poisonous effect. Careful crossing.
Chaba would... I don't know. He's gonna...
I think that might be a bit of a concept beyond him, but...
I mean, the cult of Rakdos is a hedonistic cult, so I don't think that like mind-affecting drugs are something that he's terribly unfamiliar with.
Right. He may like it.
Yeah, or at the very least, he may have some benefit. Intelligence 5.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Fortunately, it is a con save, so... Dr. Cardinal and Kabobo, you seem to be easily making your way across here. You get to about the halfway point. Vasul, Trovik, and Chaba, you're on the entrance of the room still. And they seem to have easily made their way across. What are you guys thinking?
Well, we'll follow their pattern, their path.
Yeah. And maybe we could just use a piece of cloth to cover... I don't know, or maybe I just can use my trunk up or something like that, so I could just...
tie your trunk in a knot? There we go. All right. So then, as you are making your way... There you go, across... let's see here. Who is first? Trovik, Chaba, or Vessel?
Yep.
No, Shaba should be the last. I'm pretty sure about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, Trovik, would you kindly give us a Constitution save, please.
Constitution save. Okay.
How we do? Oh yeah, easy. So again, you feel like there's a little bit of a headache that you get, but it seems to pass quite quickly. And then how about you, Vesol?
Let's see. 14.
14, yeah, and then likewise too. You feel a little bit of a headache as you're making your way around. So you are getting close to the far side, Dr. Cardinal. I guess Kabobo is the, or not Kabobo, Chaba is the last one who needs to make a save here. Who'd like to make Kabobo's save for us?
Chaba?
Or Chaba, not Kabobo.
Does he have a class, or is he just straight up a...
He's a straight up ogre.
Okay, so then it would just be...
well, I mean, you have a token for him as well, too. Or a character sheet for him.
If you click on it, does it roll it?
Should, yeah.
It should roll on con, yeah.
Ooh. Wow. That's amazing.
Oh my god. All right, so Chaba starts stepping his way out carefully, and then he stops.
Oh, gosh.
And he's gesturing out and grabbing at something, and seems quite pleased and completely oblivious to you guys. And it's about that point that you hear kind of a sucking sound, a shifting, as a chunk of fungus sloughs itself from one kind of patch forward. And let me make a roll here. We got 4 of you. 1, 2, Trovic. So it's right near the back. So Trovic and Vestul are sort of right near each other. Once again, you find yourselves very close together, guys. Mm-hmm. Let me get rid of this here. There we go. So just our friend, the fungus. Friendly fungus. It sloughs forward, and then it will... sort of, there's a like almost a wave where the pulse, the fungus sort of goes up and then undulates towards you, Trovic. And let's see here. 20. Does that hit your AC?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you are hit, and basically there are fungal growths that begin to sort of grab onto your legs. You take... Let's see here. You take 8 points of damage, and your speed is reduced by 10. As these growths are beginning to sort of calcify on you. You guys can see this, all of you guys can see this happening as you're making your way across. I'm picturing this room is about 100 feet across with, and let's do this. You know what? I don't have a map set up here, but we can make it ugly. There we go. Let's just do this. Boom. So there's sort of our room. The fungus is sort of pulsing towards where you guys are making your way along on the side. Trovic and Vessul, I picture you kind of around here. Chaba is staring at lights over there. Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, you're getting close to the far side where you'll be making your exit. This stuff is pulsed forward on you. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think the distance between, say, where Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal are... Now, is that sort of where you guys pictured yourselves being in this room?
Yeah, I think so. We're getting quite close to the exit.
Okay. I guess for Trovic and Vessul, would you have, knowing that Chaba was affected by these spores, would you have continued to advance that far, or do you think you would have been farther back?
That's probably. I mean, he was in the back, so that's probably okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we want to take him with us, so I would just.
What if I place you
if
there,
don't
Vasul?
mind- Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so maybe you're like, wait, what's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll put a health bar on our puddle of
That's probably at least
shrooms.
45 feet away from us, as it were, on the far wall.
I think so, yeah.
40-ish, or 50.
And then okay.
Check my range of my spell.
All right, here we go. And there are the mushroom capped coming to get you. I was trying to make an escargot joke, and I'm like, that's snails in mushroom caps, not them themselves. So let's do this, guys. Let's click on your token, click on initiative, and let's see when everyone is acting. All right.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm fast.
Nice. All right. Holy smokes, Kabobo. Okay, so that is everybody. For now, Chaba is staring at beautiful lights and kind of... All right, so then first up is Kabobo. So you can see this, and this mass of mushrooms, they don't really have like arms or legs or whatnot, but you can see that this, like, it's like a heap of them that sort of is bound together and bound up and is beginning to slowly, like, you know, encase Trovik in this growth. So Kabobo, what would you like to do?
I am going to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so it needs a DC 15 save.
Dexterity save.
Okay, is it 14 or is it 13? I see two different numbers for the saves.
13?
13, okay.
Wait.
It says 14 in the what do you call it? Your like printout thing, and then the description has 13.
Well, that's weird.
I don't know what that would be.
What should it be? It should be 10 or no,
Is
it's
it
like
10 or is it 8 in this edition?
8 plus proficiency and
Plus your skill, right?
skill.
Or your...
So it should be 14.
Should be 14. Okay, so then let's see here. I have +2. I failed my save. So then it does radiance damage.
Yeah, 11 radiant.
11 radiance damage. Okay, so and let's see here. It's got a butt ton of resistances. But not to that.
That's what I was hoping.
Flash of white mana is anathema to this thing's growth. There's a smell of sizzling mushrooms that fills the room. Anything else you wish to do, Kabobo?
No, I'll stay far away from it. This is good.
Okay.
Being at a distance is...
There we go. Got you guys on. All right, then it is Trovik's turn. What are you doing, Trovik?
Trovik is going to rage
Yeah.
and attack this thing.
Please do.
So, Great Axe.
That is a solid hit. Then, let's see here.
Horns.
11
Horns is a
damage.
follow-up for the extra attack.
Okay, that hits as well.
Okay. So, does it look like it's doing anything?
It's doing a little bit, but this thing, yeah, like its mass is so kind of rubbery and indistinct. You're not sure where. Imagine like attacking a pile of leaves. Like it's kind of like what part am I supposed to be more vulnerable here?
All right, so I attack it with the Great Axe again then.
And that seems to have no discernible effect on it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a cantrip.
Okay. Then it is the mushroom capped. It then, there is as a minor action or a bonus action, there's a pulse. Spores seem to come out from this thing. I'd like Kabobo, Dr. Cardinal, and Trovik. Vasul, I've just arbitrarily placed your character there. Do you think you are as close to this thing as what Dr. Cardinal and Kabobo are? Or would you put yourself further back?
I think I don't know if how far back. So I would be a little bit closer to our ogre friend, I suppose.
That's what I was. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I'll put you back about there. All right. So then, Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, would you give us Constitution saves, please?
Oh.
Oh, gross.
Okay. So what happens is you are hit. Oh, and sorry, Trovik as well, too, please.
So my attacks didn't do anything?
No, your attacks hit it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a black background. Hold on, let me. I'm a dummy. Let me show you. I'll change that background to.
Okay.
Here we go. How's that? That easier?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just not as effective. Okay.
I do like the idea of the Sisyphean
no,
task.
No, like in in 5e, there's like immunity and resistance, right?
Exactly. So your like your attacks are chipping away. It's just that like to land an effective blow is kind of tricky. So what the like those first two hits you had, they definitely did something, as did the Sacred Flame, as the manifestation of white mana. Now, Trovik, you're fine. But for the Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, you sort of, and you can choose to spend Astonishing Fortune on this afterwards. You stop and you're, why are we fighting? Why am I fighting? I should just relax. And you will be stunned. You get a chance to make a new save every round. Bless you. Dr. Cardinal is clearly allergic to mushrooms. So you can choose to spend Astonishing Fortune. You guys have 4 points left, I believe. Or you can just wait and make a save at the end of your next turn. You will get to repeat, but for now you'll be stunned every round, as you've been pacified.
Yeah, I'll wait till next round.
Okay. Dr. Cardinal?
I'll spend a point to try and recover.
Well, 2 points, okay? So you only have 2 points left now. Go ahead and give us another Constitution save.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to blast the thing.
Not good enough. All right. So then it is. That was its bonus action. Now it's attacks here. So it is going to try and. Oh, I got to see if I can recharge its encasing ability. Does not recharge. Your AC is what, 18? Trovik?
No, it's 14.
14, okay. So I managed to hit you with 2 of these things, and you can picture the damage is these things growing into your skin.
So is it piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing?
Piercing damage.
Okay.
You have resistance to that, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so 5 points of damage for the first one, so only 2 gets through. 5 points of damage for the second, only 2 gets through.
Okay.
So you only take 4 points of damage in total from that, as it's trying to surge up on it. And you guys can see, like, this thing, I've scaled this sort of appropriately, so it's about 15 feet across, and it's surging up and trying to, like, grow up around Trovik. And looking back, as you sort of, I think those of you who are stunned right now are looking across, it looks like there is a mound of these things right near where the vivisection took place. And you realize that maybe that's a chair and something sitting in it. So, Dr. Cardinal, you are stunned, so you're just pacified. You're like, it's just the natural course of things. Maybe we should let things go this way. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll get a cigar out and start lighting it now.
The crossbow goes to the side. Now go ahead and give us another Constitution save at the end of your round.
Yeah, unfortunately, for role-playing purposes, I did put up a scoring con, which is possibly a mistake. But
Dr. Cardinal looks to Kabobo and we gave it a good try. I mean, then Vasul, you can see this happening, that Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal, well, at least Dr. Cardinal seems to be letting all his guard down. Trovik's being consumed. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I think now it's time to go there with a bang. So I see that everyone is more or less sleepy, so I think I make some noise.
I activate alarm clock.
Yeah, I would go a little bit more, so that I'm 15 feet away from this mold of fungi.
Okay.
Or a little bit closer than 15 feet. And then I would cast Thunder Wave.
Nice.
Which means I would... Yeah, and everything that is within 15 feet radius will be pushed 10 feet away from me radially.
Okay. So it gets a save against that, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, no, I was thinking that if I hit the spell, it would cast it, but it didn't. So
there we go. Okay.
Description.
All right. So DC 14 save. All right, and it's a con save,
First
right?
level spell.
Con save. Okay, so I got +3 to this.
Which level are you casting it at, though?
First level.
Okay.
Let's see whether it does any damage.
So this
before I can...
it does make it save, which means half damage. So on your attacks, is there not a? Oh, there you go. Okay, great. Oh man, is that? Oh god. All right, so it this does seem to have full effect. Unfortunately, it does save, so there's a pulse that waves across it. Some of the mushroom bits are flenched away from the top and go flying down, and that will be 2 points. Is that it for you, Russell?
Yes, but I was hoping that this very, very loud noise would gain some kind of advantage to resist this dazzling of the mind.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Then Kabobo.
Okay, so I just have a question. We're stunned, so like that's the effect. It's just stunned. So
It's stunned. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then that means we can't take any action, right?
I'm okay with interpreting it as like if there's something that is consistent with the way it's described as being pacified.
Okay. Like so. We don't want to hurt this thing,
Yeah.
but are we okay with it consuming our friends?
I think that in the feels
That's
like
the
it's
only
the
question
natural.
I would have.
Yeah, I don't think you can take any action against it.
No, that's what I'm not suggesting.
yeah.
But like, just say, and I'm not going to do it this round. But if I continue to fail,
Yeah.
Like, if Trovik's quite injured, can I heal him, or am I kind of on this thing's side, thinking like, oh, that's great if he eats them?
Yeah, I think what you're at is just like it's part of the natural process, you know?
Right. Yeah,
We're
that's
all
what I was
just
asking. Like,
part of the same.
I'm okay with him getting consumed.
Yeah, because like the spores that are in your brain right now are part of this whole like organism, and you're just like we're all, you know. It's like a kind of like a cannibalistic hippie. We're all part of the same mind, man.
Yeah.
And soon body. So what I will allow though is with the echoing through this. Oh, it's harsh in your feeling. I will give you advantage on your Constitution save because of Vessel's trumpeting attack.
Sweet. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully that's good enough.
What the hell were you thinking? It's eating Trovik. Trovik, what are you doing?
Trovik is gonna rinse and repeat. Keep hacking at it. That's what he
Sounds
does.
good.
He can't breathe fire or anything.
You can't talk. Tortilla chips, fuck off.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Now, hold on. Do you have advantage on attacks? Oh, actually, that still wouldn't hit. I'm sorry.
I can reckless attack. Might as well. Like if I look like it's ineffective, I'll just reckless attack to make sure.
Okay. So then go ahead. That is a miss. Go ahead with your second attack.
Oh, that's a 14 to miss. Okay.
14 is a miss. Yeah.
Okay.
16 is also a miss. All right. So I mean, you're hacking away this thing, but it's fairly.
Really?
Yeah. There's 2 points of astonishing fortune left if you want to reroll that.
That's fine.
Okay.
Whatever.
Then mushroom capped. So this thing surges forward. Let's see if its ability recharges. Let's see, encasing does not recharge. So we have 1 is a hit, 2 is a hit, 3 is a hit. Jeez. All right, this will be half damage for each of these as well, too, though, because of your raging. So that is 9. You take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Second one is 11. You take 5 points of damage. The third one is 6. You take 3 points of damage. So 5, 4, 3. As this thing is slowly growing up on you, but it's because of your sort of slashing around and whatnot, you're not being slowed any further than what you were. Dr. Cardinal?
Just for does this noise wake up the ogre as well? Probably, or
the ogre,
not?
I don't think so. He's been affected by something different than the pacification.
Yeah, okay.
He's full on hallucinating.
Yeah,
That's what you guys were saving against before, was hallucination. Its first line of defense is let's make him trip balls, then it's just to make him chill out. You do spare a look back at Vasul, and he seems to be like petting something that you can't see. Then, Dr. Cardinal, you likewise will have... Oh, is that your con save?
Yeah, so 15.
So you do have advantage on this. You will be able to act next round. Vasul, what are you doing?
I think I have to cast healing on our Trovic, so I will, but then I have to move closer to touch him.
Okay.
And I will go here and so touch him.
I think we talked about you have reach with your trunk, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Elephant kisses. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I will cast that at 3rd level.
Nice.
So, no, wait a minute. Yeah, come on, yeah. Oh. What? This can't be true?
No, that's...
Something.
Oh, because 15 total.
No, but
total.
2d8, 1d8 for each slot above.
No, but it should be 3d8. So
Yeah, it is.
It did.
The bottom one is 1d8 plus your charisma, and then the top one is how much you get for the extra.
Okay, so yeah, 15, yeah.
So,
I see.
Okay. And that is one action. So, do you have a bonus action you want to use, or?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would just Dr. Cardinal blow it up in some way or the other. Just do as you do.
Kabobo, what would you like to do?
Well, the flame seemed to work on it, so now that I got my mind back, I'm going to try and burn it again.
Okay. Okay, so DC 15 save. Let's see here. I failed my save again.
7 more.
Again, white mana burns into this thing, scorching it away. Anything else you wish to do, Kabobo?
No, that's it this round.
Okay, Trovic.
Trovic is going to, bolstered with the healing, he's going to attack and hopefully do better. Reckless attack.
Okay.
Might as well.
Reckless attack. That is a hit.
19.
Nicely
okay.
done. So
Horn, and then he follows up with the horns. 16.
Okay. That does not seem to affect
And
it.
the great axe
there
again.
you go. Nice. Not great damage, but okay. So you're slowly hacking away. Yeah. All right, then it is. So just to be clear, too, you can still move if you choose to. I know you're a melee fighter, but your speed is reduced by 10 is all. Okay.
I mean, it's probably okay. I mean,
okay. So then it will. Let's see if it's up next here. Mushroom Capped is up next. All right, that is does not recharge, so it'll do 2 of its surges against Trovic still. Trying to take him down. The first one is a miss.
okay.
Second one is a nat 20. So, let's see here. This is still resistance to this. It's 12. 8 is 20. Take 10 points of damage with resistance.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And then against...
So it was 20 total, you said?
20 total, then minus... for half, so it's 10.
Okay.
Okay. Then it is against... Oh, and miss. So Vasul, you get in, you touch, and even at a distance, this thing's... there's sort of a carpet, like a pulse almost, that... like a furrow that comes out towards you and kind of bursts up, sending spores out, but it misses you. So this thing tried to attack you. Dr. Cardinal, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I will do at level 1.
Okay. That is a solid hit. Holy smokes. +4.
So 1 and... Oh.
Where are you getting the +1 to hit from in there?
I have the spell focus thing.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the artist's special things, yeah.
Got it. Okay. So then it is, let's see, 8 and 3. So thunder or fire? What are you thinking?
Fire seems to be working, so I'll go with fire.
Okay. Fire washes across this thing and scorches away some of it. Anything else you wish to do, Doctor?
I'll move nearer the door.
Okay. Vasul.
Yeah, so I will just move a little bit closer to it and then use the thunder clap.
Sure. It's a big enough thing you can get it and not Trovik in there. So go ahead. Let's see here. And then it's a DC 14 Constitution save. Let's see here. I rolled a 5. This thing is burst back 10 feet away from you. And it takes...
No. Just the smaller cantrip. It does not move it back.
Oh, it doesn't.
No. It's just... it does thunder damage, but it does not move it.
Okay, forgive me. Okay. So then that does hit it. And it damages it. Awesome. Okay. Then it is... Oh, thanks, Mo. Then it is Kabobo's turn. Were you doing Kabobo?
I didn't realize it had a negated cover as well, so even better.
Well, I'm definitely... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use my Sacred Flame again.
Okay. Let's check its... I failed to save again. So that is 11 points of damage.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to use my healing light on Trovik.
Okay. So how many of your healing light dice would you like to use?
Let's do 2 of them.
Okay. That's a green bar, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll change it.
Yeah, okay.
Whoops.
Okay, so there's a wash. Trovik, you recover 4 hit points.
Okay. Better than nothing.
Yep. And speaking of Trovik, what would you like to do next?
Trovik is going to... This is the fourth round of rage.
Yep.
Just to keep track. So he's going to... Same thing. Great Axe.
Does rage have a duration in 5th edition, or does it just the encounter?
It's 10 rounds.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have one more after, just in case, right? So we'll
okay.
see. Miss. Second
Come on,
attack.
second attack.
17.
17 is not quite good enough.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess I'll risk it. I'm going to use a frenzy.
Nice.
So I can get the third attack.
There you go.
At least
Solid
do
hit.
something.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll have two levels of fatigue the next time.
Then it is the mushroom capped. All right. So it is. Let's see if its ability recharges. Does not. I cannot get that thing back. Then we've got one against Trovik. Yeah, because Vasul's the one who hurt it more. So one against Trovik. Let's see here. 19. That's a hit. Trovik, you take 11 points of damage, half down to 5. And then this thing pulses against you, Vasul. And I roll. I rolled an 11 in total, and I rolled a 13 in total. Do either of those hit?
No.
Nice! So it tries to crush. It's still kind of wavering from the impact of your Thunder Strike, so it just doesn't manage to get in on you. It's falling short. Dr. Cardinal, you're up next. Oh, you're muted, Mo.
Mo.
No, it's all right. I'm just trying to.
What are you doing?
All of them are set up. I'm going to cast another Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
The first time it wasn't letting me cast it at.
Okay. So that is actually not good enough.
Sorry,
so that burns through. We do have 2 points of Astonishing Fortune left, but there are only 2 left.
No, I think we need to save that in case someone is very badly injured and needs saving.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That's fine.
All right. Vasul, what are you doing? How long
I think I will just do the same again. What?
One sec. How long do inspiration dice last?
No, it's just once. So.
No. The reason
Until
I'm asking,
you use them.
you gave Dr. Cardinal inspiration in
that's
that
only
fight.
one action.
He still hasn't used it though.
Oh, right. Yeah, so does that mean I can roll again?
Well, so I'm asking is like, does he keep it until he uses it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want,
yeah.
you're going to need to roll quite well in order for that to be effective. But I mean, if you want to spend your inspiration dice, that's what, you know.
Okay. To roll again rather than. Okay,
No. Inspiration just rolls, I think, 1d6.
Just roll a D something. Yeah.
Is your inspiration dice d6, Vessel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So 1d6 to.
Yeah, just roll 1d6. There you go. That's a hit.
Very
So
cool.
14.
Oh wow.
And then the damage is 5
14.
or an 8. So lightning or thunder. What do you think? You have seen thunder be quite effective on it already.
Right, thunder.
Okay. Nice 14. All right. So that crashes into it. Now, Vassal, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think let's continue with the sun. So just,
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm doing this smaller one again.
Okay.
So it's only
Smaller
6.
one. Let's see here.
Maybe.
This is dexterity save. I did make it that time. Do I take no damage then?
No damage then.
No damage then. Okay, so the pulse kind of ripples across the body. Out for 15 feet. Kabobo, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna keep burning it.
Okay. So I gotta make a dex save. That's great damage. And oh wait, dex 11. I failed the dex save. So holy smokes. Cuts across this thing. It's burning from the inside out. Trovek.
Trovek is going to keep attacking like he has been, hopefully more effectively.
Okay.
Okay, but he'll get at least a third attack no matter what. Because
Because you're frenzying. Yeah. And are you recklessly attacking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wrong. But I did hit it. Why is it not? I don't know why it's not going.
Didn't Modus have that problem a moment ago too?
Oh, I know what I did. Okay,
No,
wrong.
that's because I'd got a spell
right.
code as
Ooh.
level 2. But
Wow.
I didn't have any level 2 slots left, so it was
Ooh,
clever enough.
solid hit.
Okay.
So that is 7 points. Yeah.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. But you did hit with the
That's
other
a
one.
Oh,
Nice! Nat 20. All right,
Yeah.
and this thing is
Oh,
not immune to
22.
crits. That's 22. Holy
Yeah.
smokes. And then
That's good.
you have your horns,
did.
don't you?
no, no, because I don't think I don't get 2 bonus actions.
No, you
So
don't
I
get 2
got
bonus
a-
actions.
Yeah, so I'm opting to do all great acts because I'm doing the frenzy
Okay.
since.
Awesome. All right, so yeah, and this thing is almost completely destroyed. Then let's see if it recharges. Here we go on its turn. Still no recharge. So it's going to go all in on Trovik. He hurt the shit out of it this turn. So, and I have advantage on this. There we go. Okay, so I hit with all 3 attacks.
Okay.
Trovik, you will take, let's see here, 8 damage. That's 7. So it's 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
9, so it's 4 points of damage. and 11. So that's 5 points of damage. Once again, 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. Okay. So
Dr. Cardinal, what would you like to do?
14.
Mo, you thinking? Or your turn, Dr. Cardinal?
Yeah, I've got one more chaos bolt left, so
Okay. That is not good enough. 2 points of Astonishing Fortune left, if anyone wants to re-roll.
nope,
Vasul, what are you doing?
that's me out of spells.
Yeah, I think I will just try it one more time. I mean, come on.
Here it comes. Okay, 14. I'm very sorry in golf, but I rolled a nat 1 on my roll. So, what does it look like as this mushroom swarm is blown back from you?
Yeah, I think really it is dissolved, and then there's this loud noise, and it just evaporates.
Okay. So the bits of destroyed and slightly burned mushroom land at your feet, Kabobo and Dr. Cardinal. Mm-hmm. And you then, let me remove all turns here. Then you can hear from the far end. Butterfly. And it seems you have a very confused ogre at the far end.
Yeah, just come over here. Everything is fine now.
Okay, so he tromps directly across here and is not interrupted in any way. Let me replace our tokens here, guys. There we go. All right, so with you guys being able to clear the laboratory without any further interruption, you guys will have the 5 minutes necessary for a short rest. So would you like to spend any hit dice or take advantage of any spells?
Yep, I'm going to spend a hit dice.
Okay, go right ahead.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice one for
nice.
Sil. Holy smokes. And nice one for Trovic as well, too. Jeez, that's great.
Yep, so I'm down to... I got 2 left.
Yeah. Anyone who has anything that recharges on a short rest, you get that back as well. Okay. All right, so Vessel's up to full. Trovic is down by 20 still, and Dr. Cardinal is actually down by 5, it looks like. Kabobo's down by 4 as well, too, but he's got a much bigger bucket of hit points than what Dr. Cardinal does. Anything else you wish to do while you catch your breath? Or do you wish to carry on into Zunak's tower?
Anyone have any extra healing that recharges after the...
Nope, I'm completely out of
Rest.
spells, so I need a long rest.
I mean, I have magics, but it's all used up until a long rest if I use it.
Do artificers not have cantrips?
They do, but I don't have a healing one.
Well, no, but you still have cantrips you could use, right?
Well, I've got shopping grass can spare the dying.
Okay.
That's my cantrips. You
Okay.
only get the 2.
Ooh. Okay.
I could cast healing.
Shocking grass is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume
So-
he's got like some sort of gauntlet that he can like.
Yeah. I would just cast Cure Wounds again at 1st level. I'm sorry.
That's fine. And I got 1 more rage.
I think maybe we need to find a room that's a bit less moldy on the other side of the door and just hold
Nice.
it there for a...
So that's 10 points at least.
Nice, Trovic. So,
Yep, that's good. 10 points is good.
Are you at 30 now after the 10? No, you're at 40. Okay.
40, yeah.
40 after the 10 points because I got 12 back for my rest.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I have 2 left, but I got to save them, right? So
Yeah.
okay. So then, what would you guys like to do now? Dr. Cardinal, do you don't want to spend any hit dice?
I mean, we
Artifice hit dice.
should examine the lab. We are here to recover lost treasures, right?
So if you want to examine in here, like, do you want to take a look at what was shrouded in those mushrooms, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. So you got 3 back. So you're up to 20 now, Dr. Cardinal. I'm going to suggest your hit dice. Your hit dice, you can roll that from your character sheet too, right?
Oh, I didn't. All right.
Yeah, there's a button for it.
There's a button for it. It says, well, you have to highlight over the
word hit dice.
The word hit dice, yeah.
Okay. So what you find underneath the shroud that was in there is it's a skeleton. Why don't we? Because there are robes and there's the flesh on the body of the skeleton has been consumed by the fungi. Why don't you? Let's see here. I think Arcana.
Okay.
Would work for this, or Medicine, if anyone has those. Arcana, okay. So this is definitely a human skeleton that has been consumed here, and once you sort of brush away the rest of the mass of mushrooms and fungi from the exterior of this thing, there are the tattered remnants of a cloak underneath this, and there is a pendant, and on the pendant there is the sigil of the Azorius Senate.
Not the Simics. Okay.
Interesting.
The pendant is just decorative, or that might have some magical effect on it.
Are you wanting to? Do you have detect magic? If you have it prepared, you can cast it as a ritual for 10 minutes. But if you don't, then
No, it's not. I have to have that in my slots.
Yeah, you have to have that prepared in order to draw on it as a ritual.
No, I could do it after we had a rest.
So again, like for mechanics, Mo, remember you can't take back-to-back long rests. You need a 24-hour period to pass between, or effectively like a day needs to pass. So,
no, I can't do it now. Can anyone else cast detect magic?
No.
Okay, we'll put it away and do it later. Same with the cloak.
So this seems to lead further out, but then you like back to where you came from further down in the tower. This does seem to lead further up into the tower as well. And what you'll be passing through are a library, a room of or a level that is living quarters, a level that appears to be a and then there's a level.
Map now?
Sorry?
We have a map now? I thought we didn't know the
This
layout.
is as you're passing through. There's nothing
As
of
we're passing
incident.
through.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, yeah. Okay.
You guys can tell me, if you'll let me finish, this is what you're passing through, and then you can choose to stop and explore any of these as you go. You're passing a library. You are passing through living quarters, and you are passing through to a level that appears to be some kind of is-it apparatus. But it looks like it may be a control center. Now, when you're passing by the living quarters or the library, would you like to stop at either of those, or would you have carried on?
I think the
I
library.
think we have to
want to
step-
try and find stuff out.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
sorry,
agree.
Mo, we've given you your answer. What are the rest of you guys?
The library might be interesting, but I thought we were in a hurry to try to find these people before they're eaten.
Yeah. Just to know whether this is like an Azorius library or not. I mean, we should see this with a glance.
Yeah, you
or
can take a
not.
quick moment, and this is organized in a specific manner, but there is some pretty. So two things that are of immediate apparent interest to you here. For one, the collection of books in here appear to be of a variety of different magical sciences. So it looks like there is probably something that would have been, what do you call it? That would have been of interest to like the Izzet League, the Simic Combine, to a degree the Synod Combine, Selesnya Conclave, and that's probably it. So there is a lot of sciences that are in here. There is also a fair amount of history and books and treatises about nature in here, and the history is in general the history of Ravnica. You suspect, Vessel, that if you spent time in here too, given how old this tower is, it may have some fascinating insight into the time of the Guild Pack, or perhaps even just before that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the other thing that is of apparent interest here is that there are a series of books that are sort of stacked out with that look as if they have been used by a student recently, or by someone who is studying here recently.
Yeah. So someone was here, so we should just move on. I think Trovik is right.
Okay. So making your way up to the level where the Izzet apparatus is placed, you guys can find, as you make your way up there, for one, there is a soft blue light that comes from this. You can kind of picture like that there is, on the outskirts of this, there is a series of panels that run around the circumference of this. This room seems to cover the entirety of this level. And in the center, there is a slightly raised dais on which there is another control panel. So the whole room has a soft blue glow to it. The other thing that is of interest is you can see standing still and seemingly either distracted or in a trance of some kind, there are the missing Boros Legionnaires. There are 20 or so of them in here.
Oh.
And as well, you see Yeva, Mizzix, Lazolda, and Radom. Chaba, of course, screams out, "Lizzie!" and runs over to her. She's, of course, kind of sitting down on the ground because she cannot stand. He goes over and cradles her up. There's no reaction from anyone else in here, but he picks her up, and he's saying, "Lizzie! Lizzie! Lizzie!" And he turns to you, Vasul. "Broken!"
No, wait. Dr. Cardinal has to deactivate the machinery, I suppose.
Okay, well, he ran in without danger, so
handle her with care.
I think.
Okay. He, like, sort of, his shoulders slump down and he kind of cradles her in a little closer.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and then I'll go and have a look at the controls. Actually, I do have a DM as one of my selected spells, so I can do rituals.
Okay.
So I'll have a look at the machine first, and then maybe I might need to do a ritual detect magic on it as well.
Okay. So then, why don't you give us a... I'm just getting the illustrations for each of these characters up here. So there's Radom, there is Yeva, and there is good old Mizzy. Kabobo, how do you react when you see Mizzix standing in here?
I think he's playing it cool.
Okay. All right. So then, go ahead and give us a roll with your, what is it, Tinkerer's Tools, please, Iago, or Dr. Cardinal.
Tinkerer's Tools.
Okay. So what you can tell is that it seems like there is power in these things. There's some kind of arcane power that is going through these devices, but it is at sort of a, it's the magical equivalent of like a wire that stays live. It's not that these things are active. The machines themselves do not appear to be active. And with a roll that good, I think I'll also let you know that they don't appear do you throw any switches or anything like that as you're examining, or are you just using your tools to sort of take readings from this
I'm just going to examine it first before experimenting. Don't want to do anything rash.
So what you can tell is that, like, it looks like there is power to these things, but you're not quite clear on what it might be, if it might be active. There's nothing moving in these machines. You do know that this does seem like a control mechanism. And it definitely is of Izzet manufacture.
So do I think the machine is having the effect of paralyzing the others? Or is that a separate thing?
There's no power. Let me rephrase that. There's power that's here, but again, like, it's at the level of like a wire that stays live all the time. This power is
so it's
present in here.
It's
not active and running. So if there is an effect on these things, on the other individuals here, it's not that the thing is keeping them paralyzed. It's this machine seems to have some other function. You would guess perhaps this is where you drive, like, as it were, or fly Zunak's tower. Do you share that with everyone?
Yeah. I'll also point out that apparently she, the navigator, presumably knows how to use this room and might object if we did it. Right,
So what do you guys make of that?
Well, should this not be the room then where we find this navigator? Here are the people. Where is she?
Yeah, I would like to cast Detect Invisibility.
Sure. Okay. So you... And you're looking around, and the ceiling is high in here. And when you look up to Vasul, what you can see is that there is the like the orrery of worlds from the Dark Crystal, where Ogra lives. There's that big mechanism that's moving around.
Maybe no.
Okay. What it is well, you know what an orrery is, right? Like, I think it's a model of the solar system. So imagine something like that made of like different bands of metal that all move in a complex way together. That is what's swirling around above you. And you can see that while there are like latent lines of power in there, you cannot see anyone within them or within the room.
Yeah. I could also see into the ethereal plane, so if there were any ghosts or something, I might.
Yeah. Why don't you do this? Give us a perception check, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just had to switch.
Sure.
Perception is here. So, 20.
Nice. So, while you cannot see anything here, there's almost like a residual trace of around each of these creatures, or each of the for Lazolda, Radom, Yeva, and Mizzix, and the Boros Legionnaires. There is a hint of black and blue mana swirling around from them too.
Okay. So I would know that this
with
is
a roll that good, I'll give you a little bit of, I'm not sure you do strike me as a cautious Loxodon. You know, the last time you saw something similar to this with that is when you first met your tailor.
Yeah. That's House Demir, Black and Blue. Yeah. Okay, so it's maybe House Demir or something, some Demir magic. So the mana looks like it, I would say to the others.
Strange. Maybe she is Demir.
Maybe. But was there a way out or further up or something? Or is this a dead end?
There is one further layer above this, or layer level.
Yeah, I think I would just tell, and especially to our ogre friend. I suppose that the one in control is maybe a layer above us.
He turns.
Can we take?
Oh, go ahead, Mo.
I was going to say I do have detect magic as one of my selected spells, so I could take 10 minutes to cast it on one of the stunned or whatever prisoners, just to see if I can find out anything more.
Yeah, do we want to do this? I mean, we found them and they seem rather safe. Okay. So.
Okay. Well, do we want to just go straight up and see what we see?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go up and see what it is.
When you
might
get
be there.
sure, you get to the top top level of the building. The reason I'm laughing is because I'm picturing like describing my office building as layers instead of I work on the 19th layer of my my office building. You make your way up to the top, and this is as you expected, Vessel. This is actually an airy, but it does not appear that it has been in use, at least not for any kind of what do you call it? It doesn't have any like stables for griffins or things like that. But it does appear like it's had use at times. Who would like to give us an investigation check?
I mean, I can try.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think everyone should try. So that's I'm
Okay.
out of luck here.
Yeah, so you're looking around. Anyone else want to try and...
Sure.
Go ahead.
Kabobo would do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kabobo, so you're in here and you're looking around, and the first thing, I don't know why you would notice this, but there is, for one, what you'd expect in an area like a griffin area or something like that, or hippogriff area, is that you'd have straw and whatnot to keep the things in here. There's none of that in here.
Right.
There does appear to be feeding troughs of a kind, but there's something weird about them where they seem to be like they have lids on them. And that seems to have been something that's been jury-rigged afterwards. The wood that makes up the things that would divide the different stalls and whatnot, there are big portals that lead out from the tower, like as if, when this was controlled by the Boros, you can almost picture them, the flights of griffins flying out of here. And they're still open like that, but the stalls, the wood has unusual growths on them, like almost like coral. And there is the kind of slick growth in the mortar of the stonework here that you would see at, like, say, the edge of the harbors leading into a Simic Zonot, a big body of water.
Well, this place was under the ocean. Maybe they were swimming sea creatures in and out of here instead of...
Right, instead of flying things.
Strange. But still no sign of this navigator.
Still no sign of the navigator.
Can we look out and look down? Can we see anyone outside?
Yeah, you can see the far below. You can see the Boros Legion encampment, and it makes you think of the. Well, if the feeder isn't here, where is she? And you think of your other members of the expedition.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Then let's go down.
Yeah. Is there any loose pieces of rock or stuff I can magically tinker with?
No, like there's not, like, this isn't a ruin. This is still.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to take one of my bolts, and then I'm going to do my magical tinkering to inscribe a message. It's a recorded message.
Okay.
6 seconds. So I'll say, we're in the tower, we're all okay, we've found the missing people, talk to you later, and I'll chuck the bolt over the edge, hoping they'll see it.
So as you try and throw the bolt, it hits some invisible barrier and then slides back in.
Okay, well, that's useful.
And I think with that, guys, we'll bring this session to a close. So,
Safety procedures.
Then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 5 of the Down and Out in District Precinct 6. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. You can also find me on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, and you can find a link to that down below in the description of the video. You can also find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can find me on by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. In addition, there is a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That's a charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. At the time of recording, it seems as if the charity that benefits from the Heroes Save Villages campaign, SOS Children's Villages International, has changed the service provider for their donation, so we do need to fix that link. But from when I do get this working again, if you do have, I'll be changing the link down there afterwards. All donations that go through to SOS Children's Villages International through that link, for every $25 Canadian that is donated, you'll get one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle that will be taking place on December 1st. We'll have more. If you've watched, to be honest, any of the other videos or subsequent videos, I will have it updated. I just don't have that updated right now, so I do apologize that you cannot donate through that link at this time, but we'll have that fixed presently. The last thing I'll say is a huge thank you to our players. So, Mo, Carl, Ingolf, and Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, back in Ravnica, more mysteries uncovered and more bullshit monsters defeated. Carl, congratulations on making it through a Sunday without a character dying. That's great. We're 1 for 1 now. We can hang the days without character deaths up back to 1. And as a reminder, too, for those who are joining us live, I will be on vacation from October 14th until October 24th, 2021. So if you are joining us live or contemporaneous to this, we will not have a session on the 17th, but we will be back again in 4 weeks' time to find out what else awaits our heroes in Zunak's Tower. So until then, we hope that we've given you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes have been finding below the surface of Ravnica. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.